Welcome back, guys. Been doing a bunch of skinning out of a bunch of fur bearers here for an outfitter in Saskatchewan. Did a bunch of work this morning, and I think I've done two lynx, raccoon, first wolf. I prepped an elk, two deer, and now I'm gonna prep this last wolf before I do a bunch of flushing tomorrow. So, white wolf. The skinning job they do on site for the outfitting places is basically, it's just rough. I'll show you here. I'll cover up some of the blood, but so you can see all the feet, they just basically cut off ankles for shin bones kind of thing. Both feet are that way. The front's the same. And then head still in, but I'll do that. Turn the ears, get this all prepped up for flushing tomorrow. So I'll do a few things sort of normal speed, maybe do a little bit of speed up stuff, but I'll probably do the head first, and then I'll maybe do a paw you guys can check out, and I'll do the tail, and you can kind of just see what I'm doing, and then I'll maybe do an ear, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, check it out. Alright, same idea when you're doing heads, as far as whether it's deer or wolves or whatever. You're going to go in there and work on the front. So scalpel in there, cut along the top of the gum, expose the nose. These were frozen. I got them from the outfitter and just kept them frozen so I was ready to work on it. So same thing, just split the cartilage, and then go up high on the gum, keep it all on the skin. For this outfitter, these were overseas hunters, so I won't be doing any mounting on any of this. This is all going to be prep, salt, and ship. So I think there's 21 animals for a group of 4 guys, I think. So get all this done, and yeah. So like I said, same kind of process as the deer, antelope kind of thing. You're working the face back, back to the cheek pocket. I'll do the bottom quick. Bottom's a little more difficult with the big teeth here. I had that problem on the deer, but you got to get underneath that tooth and get in along the gum. The blade's already a little dull. Yeah. I think I can get the jaw open. Nope. So I'm going to slip my knife underneath the tooth, work backwards. Same thing as deer. Bottom part of the mouth. Alright. Well, as far as I need to go. I'll flip this head inside out. Not sure how much of the neck is cut. Usually not a lot. They kind of cut to the chest and that's it. So that's how this one is. So I'll work it back. So I'm actually going to swap this blade. I actually ordered some new blades. These are a different brand than I normally order. I don't know if they stay as sharp. They might lose their edge easier on the blade. So, see all the blood stain here, but when I trim this back, you'll see the new flesh. And when you do a bunch of these, you kind of get used to where everything is. So, right here, head sideways, nose is here. There's the ear canal, it comes right down there, so I can cut that. So use another knife. I'll split that. You can see there's the ear canal right there. I'll work in between the muscle. I don't need all this big muscle in the skull, that's the jaw muscle. Close the jaw. Alright. This one here, same thing, comes down right there. I'll do a little bit, open that up a little bit. Cut. Here's the ear canal right there. When you guys do a bunch of these, you'll get used to exactly where all these ears are on these different animals. Bears are really low as well. A little deeper even than wolves. So now I'm going to basically work this. Ooh, still pretty cold. I'm pulling on this. I can feel how it's crystally still. So. Just literally using the weight of the skull to put pressure on the hide as I'm caping it. There's the cheek. We are all through. There's the bottom jaw. So now I'll flip it up like this. The bottom jaw is pulled up. I can work back to front right to the eye. And the eye will be the last thing I work on. It'll be the last thing holding the cape to the head. I can feel right in there is where the eye is. So I'll loosen up this nice and gentle. Can feel it's there. Got the eyelid attached still. Very icy still. These ones were froze with the head still turned into the body. So it's the last thing to thaw out. Literally, the paws have been thawed out for, I don't know, 12 hours probably. But here's the last part of the eye. You can feel that's the eye socket right there. I'll go in there nice and deep. There's the eyeball, here's the eyelid. A lot of times when I skin out eyes, I actually do puncture the eyeball. I'm trying to keep so close to the eye that I ended up actually poking it and it leaks out. Well, that's alright. Alright, there's the head. Put this next to there. You can see I got a bunch done already today. So that's the head. Maybe I'll just turn an ear quick here for you guys. You can check that out. Pretty simple, same as most deer. Can't really use spreaders on this. You kind of got to do it by hand. So I actually use end of a broomstick. Alright, because this is just salt and chip, I'm just going to turn these ears. I don't split the lips or anything when salting, and this is the cartilage for the ear, so I'm going to go underneath that. Oh man, this blade lost edge already. Jeez. Not liking these new blades. These are cheap, 25 cents each, but just getting underneath that ear cartilage. A little hole there. Just going to work this a little bit like that. You can see where the fold of the skin meets the cartilage of the ear. You just kind of follow that. And then broomstick. I'm going to adjust the angle here. Let's see here. Being that the skin's fresh, I can pull a little bit on the ear. I'm not going to damage the hair on the ear. It's not tan, it's not pickled or anything. It's really fresh. Hasn't changed much. Because you can't use the spreaders on these, it does take a little bit longer. But the ears aren't very big, so I'll do about 95% of this ear. Just leave the tip. There we go. Basically right down to the edge. Pretty good. I'll cut off some of this excess skin. Just to clean up the ear butt. No reason to salt all that crap. There you go. Just a little bit cleaner. That good ear's good to go. I'll do the other one. Alright, we got both ears done. Head's all out. We're good to go. So let's go into a paw. I'll show one of these. You guys should be good to go. So like I said, they just cut down to the bone usually. So I'll just touch this. So I'm gonna try to go on the inside of the pad. And this is left side, so you go here. Go under the pad. So this point of the pad, not way over here. If I can, if you want to, but under the bottom of the pad. Clean it up. And straight up the middle, just past the upper pad. And that's where they have cut to. So just tie into their cut. And now we're good to go. So I'll just start working my way down the outside. Here's the inside dew claw. Whenever I skin these, I try to cut up the inside of the leg rather than the outside of the leg. These will be mounted at some point when they go to Europe there, so it's easier to sew up the inside and hide things than the outside. So I'll just cut through that knuckle just for the dew claw. Alright. Just down alongside the pad. And underside of this pad. Now I'm going to take this pad. I'm going to cut on it like this. Cut this way to the edge. Just to open up that pad a bit. Give myself some room to work to get some knuckles. Alright, so now we're in here, just working alongside. See, this is all dry and gross. It's from where they cut it off. I would say 2% of outfitters will actually do all of this. They leave it for the taxidermist, which I totally get. Once you get the hang of doing paws and stuff, it's not a big deal. Even on bears, a lot of outfits will just leave the skull in the bear as well. And you don't have to do that. It's very easy to take out. But they just worry about it. And some guys, not to sound bad, they just use it as a cop-out and don't want to do it. So they just leave it in the hide. But yeah. So I've opened all this up. Pad's now opened. So I'm going to flip it over. Up, I can see get in here with all the fat from the fat pad. And I'm just going along the knuckle, outside the top knuckle. I'll work the two outside ones first, and then go to the inside ones. You'll see how I do this. So just working out some of the things, nice and easy, little by little. Try not to cut through the skin, just above the knuckle. And what I'll do is I'll take my pliers, I'll grab onto that bone. I'm actually going to take and twist this way and open it up. Oops. My large snips are missing. They're MIA. These are my small ones. And then here I'll grab this one. And I'm turning. Oops. Man. Wish I had my big ones. See how all that opened up right here. So then, just cut that fat pad out. And I can cut the underside of that knuckle right there. And then expose the top. Right there, and literally the knuckles cut. And just cut the tendon in there. You can use your knife, but you just dull blades constantly. So I just got that. That one's free. So this one's the same way. Just expose the top of the knuckle. I'm going to cut the tendon from the bottom side of the knuckle. And I've exposed the knuckle right there. And I can just cut. Step in there. One. There we go. So now we got the two outside knuckles are cut. Just the center one here. So all I'm going to do, a couple little slices there. Pull it. It should spread apart a bit. Another little cut. Pull again. And on the inside here, just so I can see this. So you can see there's one knuckle there, one knuckle there. There's some fat right here I'm going to cut off. And rather than cutting up this way, I'm actually going to cut inwards. And I'll expose that fat pad. That's where the tendons are. Just allows me, there's so much fat that you can actually cut in. You can say cut a little bit here, but there we go. So my fingers through the middle, pull, and same thing. Grab onto this, turn. You can see that high, that pull up the knuckle. So I'll do this one here. Kind of a reverse angle. There we go. So I should be able to get my knife in there. Cut the top of the knuckles. Cut the bottom of the knuckles. There's tendons on top and bottom. If you just cut both tendons, just some tendons holding it on. There's the paw, bottom, that's the top. Now you can see that is your paw. It's the same as a bear, any other animal. There you go. Dew claws there. Paws ready to go. Onto the tail. This one's a little dirty, but it's just because it's white fur, you can see it easier. Usually on the black ones, you don't even tell, but poop shoot. There we go. So on the underside, just gonna expose the top of the tail here a little bit. So I usually just kind of search around, try to find the fatty stuff. Pretty good there. Not bad to find on this one. Some of them can get just kind of lost in all the fat that's here. I'm just going to expose that. That's kind of the end of the tailbone, or the bone for the tail, sorry. So I'm going to expose this going down a little bit, just keep pulling it up. Then I'm going to flip this up and cut here, split the tail and pull that bone through. I hate cutting through all of this fur. I never do that if I don't have to. I know, guys will sew it up or whatever, but just cutting down around the, so much extra sewing. This is a very, very easy thing to do just to quickly work this tail out. So I'm trying to be nice to the taxidermists in Europe that's going to do this. So we'll do this and then I'll show you the other cuts. So expose about 3 inches, 3.5 inches of that. And then we will work on cutting this. So basically just start below the vent. And that fur, I can find the bone right there. Stick it in. Now I'm just going to guide my hand. My blade's a little dull here. Just sliding my blade on the top of the tailbone. Slowly working up. There we go. So I got about 5 inches there. I'm just gonna take my knife and peel away the outside around the tail and like expose the circle of the tailbone. Just working that top skin up. Bottom skin down. You can see where I'm already through here before from when I worked it on this side. So, alright, kind of a crappy angle. I'm just working myself free there. Man, this one's being difficult. I know it's a bad angle, guys, sorry. Here we go, I got the tail end through finally. Base, just work this down a little bit. Once you get about 1/3 of the tail, should be good. All right, I'm going to take and just cut up the tail a bit more. I'll let you know. Alright, so I basically just cut up a tail, grabbed this and pulled, and it peels out now. So we've got about 8 inches left. And I got my trusty tool. I love this thing. So you guys don't like them, but I love them. So I'm going to take this, put it around there. There we go. Grab one side. I'm just going to grab this tight, and pull. Pulled it right out. Piece of cake. My favorite tool. And then you have to split that tail all the way. You have to. There's too many risks to it not drying and salting properly. So I flip it around, expose the cut. There's my split all the way. Now this is where I split to before. I've got this, it's a little V tool, little edge to it, and this is going to go in the hole I just removed. It slides right in there. All I do is take my knife in that little V, my pointy part blades down, and it's going to cut that rest of that little bit of a hole, a little bit of a tube. Slide that in there. Literally, you just, kind of hard to see. You just slide the knife down in that V and it cuts. That opens up that tail right down to where the tube was split. There we go. There's probably a little bit right there, maybe it needs to get split still. Just a tiny little bit. I'll just stick my knife in there carefully. Slip. Done. There we go. Tail's finished. Alright, well, this wolf's all done. Piece of cake. Took me about an hour with the videotaping and stuff, so here we go. You can see. So, tail's all floppy. Back legs are done. Front legs are done. The head's all done. So this is ready to flesh out, and then I'll salt it and dry it out. It'll go with the rest of them and get them shipped out. Alright guys, thanks.